Dear students, today we are going to study the third and the fourth stanzas of the poem After Blenheim, written by Robert Southey. We know it is an anti-war poem, and the poet is narrating to us the conversation between old Caspar and his two grandchildren, Peterkin and Blenheim. So far, we have studied that Peterkin had found a large, smooth, round thing and he wanted to know more about it. So he came to his grandfather to ask about this thing that he has found. And now, in third stanza, old Caspar says, Old Caspar took it from the boy who stood expectant by. And then the old man shook his head, and with a natural sigh, It's some poor fellow's skull, said he, who fell in the great victory. Old Caspar took the skull from the boy who stood expectant by. Peterkin is the boy who is expectant. Here, expectant means Peterkin is very curious to know about the skull. And the old man shook his head. He felt sorry and he took a deep breath and then he explained to his grandchildren that it was the skull of a soldier who died in the War of Blenheim. Old Caspar said that the soldier was unfortunate. Poor fellow's skull. Yeah? So here poor fellow means unfortunate person. Why he calls that soldier unfortunate? Because the soldier could not get what he deserved for giving away his life in war. Who fell in the great victory. Old Caspar recalls that battle as the great victory. But when it is called as the great victory, then how he can call the soldier poor fellow? Then in fourth stanza, old Caspar says, I find them in the garden, for there's many hereabout, and often when I go to plough, the ploughshare turns them out. Old Caspar is saying that he finds lot many skulls in the garden every now and then. For there are many skulls buried in this ground. Whenever he is plowing in his field, frequently he finds some or the other skull. So this situation suggests that the present day Blenheim village was once the battleground of the Great War of Blenheim. And why the soldier is called here poor fellow? Because his death was miserable. And there were thousands and thousands of soldiers who died there miserably, and there were no people left to bury those soldiers. For this reason, this war of Blenheim is considered as the war in which many soldiers were killed. For many thousand men, said he, were slain in that great victory. So old Caspar is still adding there that thousands and thousands of soldiers were slain, were killed in that great victory. So we come to know that this present Blenheim village is the setting, is the place where the Battle of Blenheim took place many years ago, and these children are now asking, putting questions to their grandfather. They wanted to know the reason behind this war and why so many people were killed. Their question is why people fight with each other. And the poet is trying to create awareness in the minds of readers to seek to find out peaceful solutions to all kinds of conflicts. And war is futile. Thank you, students.